Before we get into today's Chiefs mailbag, the analytics team here at Chat Sports has told me that the Raiders report have taken a 49-24 lead in new subscribers this week. So, we're only down 25, but we got to catch up. I want to beat Mitchell Renz and the Raiders report in new subscribers because the Chiefs are playing the Raiders on Sunday. If we beat them in new subs, more chance of beating them on the football field as well. And plus, I don't want to pay Mitchell Renz $50, which is what I will owe him if he beats me in new subscribers. So help us out. Subscribe to the channel. We're putting up videos almost every single day. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. All right, you guys are watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Harrison Graham, and I'm ready to answer your questions. So use hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat, and we will get to as many as we can over the next 10 minutes or so. Rafael says, we had a successful first drive when we ran the ball, but why does Andy Reid fail to adjust afterwards? I think that's fair criticism, Rafael. Obviously, Andy Reid's a legendary coach. He's tied for 5th all-time in wins. But we kind of saw this toward the end in Philadelphia is that, he kind of wouldn't adjust and his teams could underachieve at times. And that hasn't happened until kind of this year in Kansas City. So I think that's fair. I'll continue to preach it. That's been the message all week is run the football more. Make teams stop the run, and then you can hit them over the top with the passing game. So that's what I would do. I would commit to running the ball more and be patient offensively. RileyGamer, should the Chiefs cut Orlando Brown? No. They just traded a ton of assets to get him. Now, I thought it was a good trade. They didn't give up a first-round pick. Or they did give up a first, but they got back a second last year. But still, you're not going to cut Orlando Brown. There's just no way. Jeff Banks, how's the future wifey doing, Jeff? What did you think of Melvin Ingram in his first career game with the Chiefs? Look, I thought he showed burst. I thought he did what the Chiefs probably were hoping and expecting in his first game, right? Only had a practice or two under his belt with Kansas City, but he showed he has something left in the tank, and that's valuable considering he only gave up a sixth-round pick. He had a nice pressure of Jordan Love on a third down. I think he only had one tackle. That was his only real stat, but had that pressure. May have had another one as well. I can't remember, but he was pretty solid in limited snaps. So. Bigger role moving forward, I would expect, as he gets more comfortable, and especially come stretch run time, it's going to be nice to have another veteran pass rusher because you can never have enough. Speaking of which, is the Chiefs pass rush back? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Chris Jones playing better. Frank Clark's even showing some life. Ingram's a nice addition. Might be back. We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video, and you guys can scroll on down during this YouTube ad break and just reply with the simple Y for yes or an in for no. Jay Cortez, why is Dan Sorensen still playing? Look, I get Sorensen in the past has been a glue guy. I get he's been a guy that's been able to create turnovers, but he looks washed in coverage. He's never been great in coverage, but he looks washed in coverage right now. The one touchdown you gave up was Allen Lazard just embarrassing Dan Sorensen. I don't mind if he plays in run-down situations and if he's playing – leaning forward, but when he has to drop back into coverage, it's curtains because he is not good in that area whatsoever. Mr. Mello, is Pat Mahomes back to his old self yet? No. Just because they've won 2 in a row doesn't mean he's back to himself. He's winning games. He didn't turn it over on Sunday, which that's a positive step in the right direction. The final play to ice the game, that was vintage Mahomes. Hopefully he builds on that, but overall, no, I would not say he's back to his old self at this point. What does it say? Jensen's weather forecast. All right. Spags has been terrible understanding which players to put on the field and in the right position. Is it time to move on from Spags? This is a good point, and while I've praised Spags a little bit the last couple of weeks because the defense has played better overall, the player usage is very strange. Why do you kind of halfway bench Nick Bolton after he's clearly been your best linebacker the last 2 weeks? Just because Anthony Hitchens is back. Anthony Hitchens is old. You don't owe him anything. Like, Nick Bolton can be your starting Mike linebacker. Like, you can do that. Move Hitchens to Sam, and if he can't handle that position, so be it. You got to play the better player, and I would say that's Nick Bolton right now. And to continue to have Dan Sorensen drop back into coverage, he continues to prove that he is not good in coverage anymore, guys. So those are good points. I think the defense has played better, and Spags deserves credit. But sometimes the decision-making on which players are on the field leaves a lot to be desired. You can't just say, well, this guy makes this much money, he should play. No, play the best players, and that has not always been the case. Something that always is the case is BetUS getting you your money when you're making money on sports gambling. So here's what you got to do, because your boy here, he's been red hot until this last week betting the NFL. Follow these steps. Go to chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use our promo code Chiefs125 to get that 125% deposit bonus. And if you want to bet on the Chiefs, only 2.5-point favorites at Las Vegas. They're projecting a close game. I actually like the under 51.5 because the Chiefs' offense has been in a bit of a funk, and the defense has been playing better. So take that for what it's worth. Also, if you're a new BetUS customer, like if you're watching this and saying, okay, I'll get going with BetUS, we have a bonus deal for you guys. We can hook you guys up with a free NFL jersey by following the steps below. Again, you have to use our link, chatsports.com/ChiefsBet, promo code Chiefs125. Deposit a minimum of $100 after you get signed up. You'll get $125 for free. Then all you got to do, place a bet on any game for any amount. Then you email us, jersey@chatsports.com, and we will hook you up with a brand new Chiefs jersey. Jeremiah Hamm, how come the Chiefs haven't been sending very many safety blitzes? I don't know. I saw Matthew come on one against the Chiefs or against the Packers. By the way, I read this stat. Steve Spagnuolo blitzed Jordan Love 24 of 47 dropbacks. That is a ton, over 50%. So hey, if it's working, keep doing it. I'm all for that. You can't do that against most quarterbacks, especially guys or established guys, because they'll just beat the blitz eventually. But Jordan Love was unable to do so. But I would like to dial up Tyrann Mathieu on some more safety blitzes. Or Dan Sorensen. If you're going to play him, you might as well blitz him. Dylan Anderson, is CEH a bust? He's not a bust. Was he worthy of a first-round pick? Probably not. But he was actually just starting to play some of his best football with the Chiefs before he got hurt. So I'm not going to use the word bust because he has been productive. But he's had a couple of injuries now, which isn't ideal. Basically, you took a guy that probably should have gone in the third round in the first. Not great, but he's not a bust. I mean, he's still a productive running back. Twitskis, is Nick Bolton a Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate? Dark horse, he won Rookie of the Month. It's going to be hard to catch a guy or certain guys that are out there because he is a linebacker, so he's not going to have a lot of the flashy stats. What are flashy stats? Interceptions, forced fumbles, sacks. He's not going to have a ton of that, but his impact has been felt. I think he's certainly worthy of being in the top 5 or 10 guys that will be up for that award, but he probably won't end up winning it. Rolo Brown, when will Kyle Long play? I don't know. I mean, could he help you out at right tackle if Niang and Remmers are banged up? Or if you want to try someone else, maybe. I think he's more of a guard still. He's been on the PUP list, so, we'll see what happens. Obviously, the Chiefs traded LDT, so having a guy like Kyle Long be available would certainly be a nice thing. Cody Bravo, honestly feel like Mahomes will be his old self against the Raiders. I think Tyreek Hill will have a good game as well. I hope so, man. If Mahomes and Hill go off, I think the Chiefs will win this game. So, nothing like getting back on track against probably your current most hated rivals against Las Vegas. Damian McLaughlin, should the Chiefs draft a wide receiver in the first round? I think it's possible. I think McCole Hardman is a okay player. I don't think he's a number 2 receiver. I think as of now, going into next year, there's a good chance that would be his last season with the Chiefs, unless he wants to come back on a cheapish contract. But I don't see a situation happening where he, over the next year and a half, all of a sudden is, a clear number 2 receiver. So I think drafting one is definitely a possibility. Who you got in this key matchup on Sunday Night Football? Type KC for the Chiefs. Type LV for the Las Vegas Raiders. Be honest. Don't vote with your heart. Vote with your head. And let me know. You think it'll be the Chiefs or do you think it'll be the Raiders winning on Sunday night? RileyGamer, is L'Jarius Sneed the best Chiefs corner? Yes. That's always been the case. Had a nice pick of Jordan Love. He hadn't been playing as well as he did a year ago, but he's still the best corner on this roster. I will say this. Travarius Ford actually played pretty damn well against the Packers. Kudos to him. Luke Zach, has the Gordon experiment failed? He has been getting a decent amount of snaps. He's been playing more, but they're not targeting him. So is he not getting open? Does Mahomes not trust him? I wouldn't say it's just failed because they paid him no money. I mean, he's playing on the vet minimum. Has it succeeded? No, it obviously has not succeeded either. He's kind of just a guy. Hopefully that changes, but we knew going in there were no guarantees, and up to this point, the production has been minimal. Almighty Goat, should we sign Schwartz back for right tackle? Someone asked us in our other mailbag. I wouldn't rule it out. I don't think it'll happen, but he obviously knows the scheme. He obviously knows this franchise. He knows this coaching staff. He loves Kansas City. Tweets about him every day. I believe he is still living there full time. So, I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to it if he's in football playing shape. Jeremiah Hamm, should I start Mahomes this week in fantasy? That is a good question, one that my dad keeps asking me. Should I keep starting Mahomes? Should I keep starting Mahomes? I mean, I don't know. What's your other option? I'm not going to say, oh, you should bench him no matter what, but there might be 10 better options in fantasy right now, which is pretty hard to believe based on how he's been the last 3 years. Chad Butler, bench Dan, or only send him in as a blitzer. Whew, excuse me. Yeah, if you're dropping him into coverage, he shouldn't be on the field. Juan Thornhill should be. And if they're both on the field in certain packages, don't have Sorensen be playing deep safety. Like, have him guard underneath routes at most. I'm with you, Chad. Run downs, blitz as a blitzer, use him as a deep cover guy. I don't want him out there. KD Hawk, does Mahomes ever get to call his own plays? He doesn't call the plays, but he can change the play whenever he wants. I mean, he has full autonomy at the line of scrimmage, so like pretty much all veteran quarterbacks do. So, sure, Andy Reid, with input from Eric Bieniemy, they're calling plays, but Mahomes can change the play based on the looks that he's getting from opposing defenses.